Hello and welcome back to Get Great at Maths. I'm here to help you pass your maths exam, so hit that like and subscribe button. We're going to look at keywords, key formulas and how to gain top marks. So let's get ready to get great at maths. This is a percentage problem. The keywords of the question are you're told that you've got 25 classes in a school and each class has 34 pupils. 62% of all the pupils play a sport after school, and you've got to work out what number of pupils do not play a sport. And this bit here, do not, is key because this is how many do, and you've got to work out how many do not play a sport. It says show your method, so in this box here, that means you need to write down your working to get the answer, and write your final answer in this box here where it says the number of pupils. This is worth 3 marks in the exam. Now this is unusual because normally in the exam the maximum number of marks you get are 2, so you have got to do a lot of working on this question to get the 3 marks. Your key facts. You need to find the total number of students. So to find the total number of students you need to multiply. So here is where your first mark is going to be awarded for doing your multiplication. Then you've got to work out 62%. So in order to find 62%, you need to find 10%. And we find 10% by dividing by 10. We then find 60% by multiplying that answer to 10% by 6. Then you've got to find 1% by dividing the answer to 10% by 10. Then you're going to find 2% by doubling that answer or multiplying your answer for 1% by 2. Once you've got your 60% and your 2%, you're going to add together those two answers to give you the 62%. Then, once you've got your 62% of people that play sport, you've got to work out the number of people that do not play sport. So you've still got another calculation to do to work out how many do not play sport. Press pause, have a go at working out the answer, then press play when you're ready to hear the answer. Fantastic work. So to start with, you should have tried to do 25 times by 34. So we start on the right hand side, 4 times 5 is 20. So we carry a little 2 and we put the 0 down here. Then I've got 4 times 2 is 8, plus 2 gives me 10. Now I'm multiplying by 3. But I'm not just multiplying by the number 3, I'm multiplying by the number 30. And when we multiply by 10, we need to add a 0 on the end because all the digits move one place to the left. So I put a magic 0 in here, which is why it's in red. Now I could do 3 times 5 is 15. So put the 1 there and the 5, we've got 15. 3 times 2 is 6, plus the 1 gives me 7. So I've got 750. If I add these together, I've got 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 5 is 5. 1 plus 7 is 8. So there are 850 pupils in the school. So we've got to work out 62% of 850. So to start with, we're going to find 10%. So 10% of 850, remember when we divide by 10, all the digits move one place to the right, or in this case here, the 0 could just be taken off the end. So move the 8 from the hundreds column to the tens column, the 5 from the tens column to the ones column gives me 85. Next, I'm going to find 60%. So I'm going to take this answer of 85 and I'm going to multiply it by 6. So 5 times 6 is 30, so I've got a little 3 that carries and a 0. 6 8s are 48, plus 3 gives you 51. So you've got 510 is 60%. Now I'm going to work out 1%. So going back to the answer I've got for 10% was 85. So to find 1%, I'm going to divide this number by 10. So the 8 moves from the tens column to the ones. The 5 moves from the ones column to the tenths column. So it gives me 8.5. Now I've got 1%, I've got to work out 2%. So 2% of 850. If I've got 1%, to get to 2%, I'm going to double it. So I've got to double 8.5 or times 8.5 by 2. So double 8 is 16, double 5 is 1, or double 0.5 is 1. So 16 plus 1 is going to give you 17. Next, I've got to find 62%. So 510 plus the 17 will give me the 62%. So that's the 60% plus the 2%. 10 plus 10 is 20. So you're just going to have 527 students play sport. Now the question says, find out the number of pupils that do not play sport. So here we've done two lots of working. So this is one method mark. Here's two method marks. We're now on to the last bit of method mark where we've got to do that subtraction. So we've got 850. We're going to take away 527. So we start on the right hand side. 0 take away 7 we can't do, so we've got to borrow from the 5. So I cross out the 5, make it a 4 and put a 10 here. So I've got a 1 to make a 10. 10 take away 7 is 3. 4 take away 2 is 2. 8 take away 5 is 3. So my answer is 323, and that will give you 3 marks in the exam. Give yourself a big tick if you got that correct. A lot of work required there to get that answer, so you've done really well. Well done. The mark scheme on this question shows up to 3M, which means up to 3 method marks. For getting the correct answer, you have 323, you would get 3 marks. Any 2 marks for doing the long multiplication with an error, working out 62% of that number and then subtracting it will give you 2 marks. Or again, trying to do the sums again with mistakes, or getting to the number 527, or 1 mark for getting an appropriate method with more than 1 error, or a cipher for 850. So give yourself the correct marks for what you got. If you found this video useful, please share, like and subscribe so we can all get great at maths. If you've enjoyed this video, please don't forget to share, like and subscribe. Please follow Get Great at Maths on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook and X. What do you want to see next on Get Great at Maths? Please comment below. See you next time.